Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, God, okay. Um, Wanted to check in with your paper writing. I know we have a huge break here in the middle, which seems like there's still 3 weeks to turn in your final paper. But remember, you'll probably be home enjoying family, friends, and acquaintances for Thanksgiving. So keep that in mind when you're about to um, do a group proposal. And remember to break it down when you're doing the paper. Um, Following the outline at the end. So that's what I want to get into on the final paper. So remember to go into your syllabus. I gave you some grant examples that were good the other day. If you went to grants.gov to be able to see what the paper would look like. But practice 2, 4202, going into the details. Here's the syllabus from August of this summer, which is when we started. I can't believe it's already fall, but we're going to and make sure it opens well. Okay, there it is. So there is about a month to write paper for a reason. It's definitely long, and your group proposal kind of builds all semester. So you observe a group, you see how it's led, you see how they do AMEs. If you did a mental health group at your agency, that's one way you could do it. Then you write up a group assessment. You choose from Girls Circle how to lead it. And see if I can zoom this in the biggest possible. So here's all the paper information for generalist practice 2. And we'll try to go right up next to it. So zoom it in by moving the table. Hopefully the lights don't get in the way. So there it is. So practice of professional social work permits the application of group work methods in many social service settings. I mean, we lead groups in addiction recovery places. Maybe you do trauma-informed care, things of that nature. So you can lead the groups in many different ways. Aspiring professional social workers need to develop competence in planning and implementing various forms of groups. The purpose of this assignment is to acquaint students with the process of conceptualizing a social work group, which we've done by using Girls Circle, and you can cite that well. Cite the heck out of it, actually. They show you how to group well. And so part 1 is conceptualization. And that's important. So you'll do it in APA. So these are some of the headings they see. And, I suggest Google Scholar because it'll give you right out of the space how to cite the paper properly. Let's see if I can show you Google Scholar real quick. Yeah, we were doing some on ecological theory, if you include theory, but go right to the Google Scholar homepage. And whatever your topic is, I'm just going to type in social work groups. But you could do like girls circle. Well, yeah, for children and schools, mental health, social work group, spirituality, incarcerated women. And that seems like one that's good. Then say you want to get your citations as recent as, because this one here is 25 years old. You want to get citations since 2018. That way they're less than 4 years old. Um, some people do this yoga group, the effects of yoga prana vidala intervention on psychological well-being and criminal attitude of under trial prisoners. And you can get the full download that. So there is your research paper to cite. More importantly, go to this cite button and click cite and then copy APA style there in the middle. So quick brief on that. Um, here's the next part of your paper. Part one, conceptualization, title, identify the specific information contained within the proposal. An example, proposal for a support group for elderly women experiencing grief over significant loss. Maybe you're that, and that's one of them. So then you have your abstract. It's like just a paragraph. And it's one paragraph. This paragraph provides an overview of the proposal. That's your group proposal. And again, it could be girl circle. You're proposing to do like girl fights or girlfriends. Some of one of those 10 weeks. It introduces the client population and the primary problem, identifies significant psychosocial concerns or themes of this client population and the type of group selected. For the proposal, it draws attention to the overall purpose of the group and briefly mention how the group will accomplish its purpose. And if I'm not mistaken, Girl Circle already does the putting their description of the abstract in your paper. Then next you go to overall scopes, which could be 2 paragraphs. It's up to you. Um, overall paper is like 8 or 10 pages. So I see um, Tavi and Madison. So just kind of covering your final proposal and reiterating you guys don't hold it off until the last second because it is long. But it starts off with the title, conceptualization, abstract. Then you go to overall scope based on the social work literature, discuss the scope of the primary problem and its importance. How many people are affected by the primary problem? What are the financial, social, and personal costs of the primary problem? So a lot of people write up that like addiction costs the country $80 million each month in loss of productivity, death, etc. And you can get a lot of those again right out of the literature. So I do them on Google, and then I see Aaliyah here too. So good. Um, so Google Scholar, I did social work groups for incarcerated women, and you can even get full texts of a lot of these to cite them, and um, a social justice approach to social work. Well, yeah, the one with uh, using yoga in group practice, I really just wanted to show you guys how to cite it. So going into the citation and then press cite. Um, so getting that from the literature overall scope. Next section, you see your syllabus. So all of these are on page 11 of your syllabus, how to write this big final paper. And that's why there's a month and a half to do it. Psychosocial concerns or themes. So it's either 3 to 8 paragraphs. Um, discuss the broad range of any psychosocial concerns or themes associated with the primary problem. It could be, again, a group for addictions, a group for trauma, a group for, ACEs has a good website that shows if one is traumatized overall, it costs worker productivity so many $1 million a year. Then go into the psychosocial themes that pertain to client circumstances or conditions that are either the cause or a consequence of the primary problem. It could be trauma, it could be addiction, it could be Any group that you choose that you're proposing and the grant and the funding. Then psychosocial concerns or themes you discuss should be within the scope of social work intervention as opposed to the focus of other professions, and then pertain to the clients that will come to your group. So if it is Girl Circle, say they're women 13 and 19. If it is an adult addictions program, women 18 to 65. If it is, list all of those out. Support contentions regarding psychosocial concerns or themes section is like 3 references from the literature. And like I said, go into scholar.google.com to find some current research. And pick 2018. So I'll show you how to do that again, as I think some of you just jumped on. But on the side here, you can do any research since 2018 or research since, here it is right behind me, 2019, or research since 2018. So within the last 5 years, ideally. And that'll help you get some of the modern research on groups. You can cite Girl Circle a lot too. Then next 2 to 4 paragraphs is past treatment interventions. So writing your treatment intervention on trauma or on addictions or whichever group you choose to lead. Summarize the articles of group treatment intervention that have been effectively used in the past with your chosen client population or the primary problem you're addressing. Describe the relevancy of each article discussed to the current group proposal, what has been done in the past, and it may contribute to the development of your group. Section is like a couple more references, so make sure to find some good articles. Then next section, you do the benefits of the group work. So 1 to 2 paragraphs, you would indicate the benefits of the group work for the particular clients and significant themes or concerns you intend to address with the group. Identify general advantages of group work as well as specific advantages, and that might link significant psychosocial themes or concerns of this client population. I know with borderline personality, they do dialectical behavior therapy group, and that is important for folks that have been diagnosed with borderline personality or BPD to be accountable. Lots of literature on that dialectical behavior therapy group. Next section at the end of your syllabus shows the type of group proposed for this proposal. It's really just 1 sentence. So just indicate the specific type of group. It might be in Girl Circle. You can also find it in your book in Rivas. Explain the rationale for the selection made. The group chosen addresses the significant psychosocial concerns indicated above. Then another section is only 1 sentence, the overall purpose. So indicate your overall purpose of the group. It should be sensitive to the setting and will be conducted within the primary problem experienced by that population. Then you have common group goals. So list 4 to 8 of those. And that, again, you'll use 205, 208 for discussion of goal setting in groups. And the common group goals should be changes the clients are targeted to make. We covered treatment planning and how to make the goals, and had a good PowerPoint on this. So common goals should be changes in the relationship to psychosocial themes or concerns. In developing the goals, consider what clients are expected to achieve as the result of their participation in the group. And know that it's often helpful to begin with a goal statement. Lighthouse goals for groups. And that's going to cover a big section too. That's a few paragraphs. Then you jump into part 2, which is implementation. So maybe you'll have the agency context, which is 2 paragraphs. So name the agency that the agency of the group it would be conducted. It could be something you make up. It could be fictitious, Lighthouse Youth Services. It could be Department of Corrections. Then you describe the mission of the agency. So that's actually easy. If you did say Girl Circle was run at Lighthouse, for example, you look up their mission and agency at lys.org and then cite the mission agency. Then give the mission agency, explain why you believe this is an appropriate agency that for the group you're proposing. Then ideal membership composition. We talked about earlier, you're going to recruit certain people. For example, if you recruit on a trauma group, you will see folks that specifically had a trauma and are ready to recover from their trauma. So that's the ideal membership. It's 1, 2, or 3 paragraphs. So describe who ideally will be in the group, discuss client qualifiers, such as primary problem, it could be trauma with Girl Circle, or significant psychosocial themes or concerns. It could be addiction recovery. There's lots of addiction groups. Beyond these, consider symptoms related to the primary problem, shared history, stage of recovery. Maybe they're in like the motivational stage of preparedness to recover from addiction. And then other characteristics such as age, sex, etc. If it's Girl Circle, it's going to be women. State the reason for your selections and then be able to distinguish between potential clients, anyone who meets the primary problem, and those who will optimally benefit from the intervention, those who are characterized by significant psychosocial themes and concerns. Last few things here are a plan for membership recruitment. That's again either 1, 2, or 3 paragraphs. So discuss specific steps planned to recruit ideal members. At Lighthouse, we made flyers and passed them out at like the local schools, things of that nature. Pre-group interviews or advertisements. Explain the process you will apply in selecting potential members for those characteristics important to the group intervention that you're in. What information will be important to have of potential members and develop a plan indicating how you will obtain this information. Then identify probable obstacles that might be encountered in the actual recruitment, like resistance, they have lack of motivation, they're resistant to your group, or even screening out of inappropriate members. Discuss what procedures you will apply to overcome these obstacles. Duration of the group is really just 1 paragraph. Like usually groups are 10 to 12 weeks, but you can have it be as long as you want. No sessions, if it's open-ended, close-ended, like if they can start in the middle and just finish, or if they have to do week 1 through 10 in order, then you're acted one to use not just if you led Girl Circle, but also if you led everybody else, any other group. Like it's good details of what the activities would be. It could be done in session by sessions or phases of development. It could be common group goals, which we saw in the goal planning part. And then even theories and techniques, and that's mentioned in the book. And what you apply. So be specific. If you plan to show a video, provide the title. You could put a link into the paper. And then if you plan to teach clients about a topic, the source of information, include any other materials you might use. So Girl Circle is a wealth of information on that. And then finally, how you terminate the group. So plans for terminating the group. That's just 1 paragraph. So discuss your plans for termination of the group as a whole. In case of a close-ended group or plans for terminating individuals from the group, then how you're going to evaluate it. A lot of times on Lighthouse, they just had them use their own electronic device, and they had like a website. And just type stuff, and that would be important. So you could have develop measure group effectiveness should address 1, the primary concerns. So it could be trauma, identifying behaviors that come from trauma, and then the common group goals. And then the general comments at the end. So I know sometimes people have trouble opening Word documents, so I'm going to go ahead and put this into the D2L area so that you have these not just on your syllabus, but on the actual assignment turn-in page. So yes, there still is about a good few weeks, but you guys have 10 days off in the middle. So remember, in a sense, it's like 11 days. If you're enjoying fall break and Thanksgiving break at the same time. So let's see here. I know I have D2L saved on one of these for you. And I don't, there it is. Okay, so D2L was down for a minute, so I wanted to make sure you guys still had a good access to it. So yeah, that's why there is 6 weeks for this assignment. It's definitely, I recommend breaking it down, maybe writing just a page and a half per week, and that way you could get up to the 8 or 15 pages total. So assignments are here, and then final paper. I'm going to go ahead and put the instructions in there for you guys so it's all detailed for you. So there it is. It's a big one, 333 points. So, and it'll help you a ton in your practice in social work career. Leading groups is very frequently common, and also help with your practice in the masters, because a lot of times on interview they'll be like, have you ever led a group? Have you ever created a group? Have you ever written a group proposal? There's just so much to propose. There's even tips on YouTube how to write a group proposal again. So
if you are about to write a dissertation and or have already started your dissertation and have pretty much decided that you will be MIA from life as you know it for the next year, having to spend tens of thousands of dollars on revisions, all with total lack of support.
Okay, guys, so I have created this group proposal part 1 tips sheet. I will upload this sheet into your modules as well, but I wanted to talk to you about it a little bit. The first thing is you put your name. The next thing is that you're going to put the title. And then give me the plan to pull your members from. Okay, you then need to tell me the purpose of your group and the specific objectives of your group. Okay, section B is about some of the logistical issues. And what I mean by that is, are you leading or are you co-leading? And that's all you have to tell me. And if you're co-leading, you say, I'm co-leading with Dr. Bradley, the school counselor at high school. If you are leading solo, you say, I will be leading the group on my own. Okay, that's all you have to tell me. Okay, how your members are selected. This is similar to up above, but I need a little bit more information. So for example, if you're going to use the kids all from the same study hall, if you're going to use the kids all from the same gym class, if you're going to use 3rd graders taking them out of special area time. I just need some information.
Okay guys, so I have created this group proposal part.
Okay. When are you going to have the group? Okay. I would suggest having a set day and a set time if possible. If that is not possible, then explain to me what you are going to do in terms of meeting with them. Okay. And then where are you going to meet with them? Okay. Again, I suggest that it be the same place every time. Okay. I don't have tips for section B, but the biggest thing you need to think about is the purpose of your group, who the members are in your group, and what you want members to do in each of your group sessions. And for this assignment, you just have to tell me what they're going to do. Session 2, Session 3, Session 4, and Session 5. Because remember, Session 1 is your intro session, and session 6 is going to be your celebration session. So again, consider what you want your students to do and what you want them to learn from each of those sessions, sessions 2 through 5.
It is okay to be so stressed and overwhelmed that you feel like you need to talk to someone about it.
So that is betterhelp.org. We've got Sierra here. So I went through the end of the syllabus for you guys. There is still a few weeks for you to do the big final paper and turn it in. Ideally, doing it over what you led as your group. And for citations, if you led the girls circle, that's one of the good things to notate and to cite. But I also copied all of those instructions and pasted them into, it looks like Word already closed, the assignment area so that you have an example of the group proposal project final paper, and how you'll submit that APA style with title, abstract, your overall scope, themes and concerns, past treatment, benefits of group work. So just do it a page at a time. You know, we're talking about it now and giving you this many weeks, so it doesn't have to be a panic fest in the first week of December like exams always can be. But start it slow and start it now. We have 10 days off in the middle, so it's like, which I think is Friday, so on the 19th. And we're not going to meet that day. I know that it is the day before the fall break, but we'll just meet today and Wednesday of this week. I might have like an online update, but you know, take some of that time over these 6 weeks, write about a page and a half a week, and feel free to send it to me throughout if you have any questions on different things, and we'll get it completed for you guys. It'll go a long way in terms of hiring, when you have to lead groups, all the stuff that you have to do in the meantime. And I will see y'all Wednesday, actually. So it is, so I'll see you Wednesday. Feel free to send it along, or if you want to come by in person, I can help you write it.